order of the Virginia Public Utilities on Monday, September 8th, 2025 at 3:30 p.m. Will you roll call? Nancy, if you want,
Yeah.
please.
Commissioner Marwick,
Here.
Commissioner Makowski,
Here.
Commissioner Johnson, absent, Commissioner Hale.
Here. Okay, we move to number 2, approved meeting agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
If I could, please.
Okay, go ahead.
I just would recommend that you consider adding item under new business, item 7B. Discuss MPCA DC fast charging corridor phase 2 project. To consider in your agenda approval.
I wrote down fast charging station.
Yeah, and Nancy's got it for the record, so.
Okay, with that addition, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make it. With the addition.
Addition, yeah.
I'll
Is there a
second.
Okay, discussion? Be none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously. We move to number 4, consent agenda. I need a motion to approve resolution number 5370, which is approval of payroll, accounts payable, and net payment adjustments, would be approval of regular commission meeting minutes from the July 28, 2025 meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
If I could, before we act for the motion. President Marwick did bring to my attention that in the minutes, item 7C, that we did have September in place of other months that should have been stated. So the first sentence would have been the first occurred, talking about the power outages, June 27th. Then the second one, the September, would be replaced with July 23rd, farther to the bottom. So just to make sure that we properly have the dates in there. Instead of September was placed in both those spots, it should have been June and then July for the second one.
Yes,
Also move with those date changes.
with those corrections. Okay, is there support?
I'll support.
Okay, discussion? Be none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Move to number 5, which is reports of committees. A safety committee monthly summary injury report. Greg, you want to handle this one?
Yeah, we had a service person that was doing some grinding to cut a pipe, and the grinder kicked back and gave the person a pretty good laceration on the leg in a spot that's prone to motion and that. So he was out for a while. He had to stay away for a bit, for the stitches to take, and a place where you're constantly bending and that. So again, we come here month after month saying no injuries reported, but once in a while it does happen. So the follow-up to this is we're talking about at the safety committee level of having additional training to help, because it was a pretty good laceration, to help in for other employees to be able to assist a little bit better when that type of cut does occur. We all do like bloodborne pathogens and real general training. But for the crews that are, working in this type of atmospheres, we want them to have a little bit additional.
First aid training.
Yes.
Good idea.
Yeah. How much time was lost, Nancy?
He was gone for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
And he's back at
Yep.
full? Okay,
He's back. No
with all restrictions. Good. Okay, thank you. Okay, we move on to number 6, old business. A, Progress Parkway Gas Main Relocation Project update. Greg, I'm turning this over to you.
Yeah, I was asked for an update on that at our last gathering, and figured I'd just put it under the agenda so we could have an open discussion and we look at you and say the project is completed. So the project is done.
Okay. And no other things we have to relocate for that project up there? That
As of right now, no.
As of right now, yeah.
Right.
As of right now. Okay, we move to B, electric distribution building update. Greg?
The slab, we talked about, we want to get the slab in this fall. That project was quoted and awarded to Bugalis Construction out of Hibbing. And the slab's supposed to be done by the end of this month. So at our gathering in a few weeks, hopefully I'll be telling you that it's either poured or ready to be poured.
Okay.
I'll give you another update when we get there.
Oh, good. So that's progressing. All the equipment's been ordered and everything that should be,
Yeah, if you recall, there was a big supply issue on that, where things are ordered, but it's gonna take a while to get them in place. But also, we do have paperwork now, and I did sign the document of the approximate $178,000.
177 and change.
Yeah, it's a $178,000 grant that we were awarded
oh,
from the
good.
Department of Commerce to go towards that project. So that paperwork is all in order, I believe,
It is,
once we start getting work done. So
Oh, great.
just FYI on that as well.
Okay. Any questions on that?
No, awesome, good job.
We move to number 7, new business. Discuss purchase of generator for line crew garage. Greg?
Yeah, this is kind of a new one, but it makes sense. We have had issues this summer with power being out to these buildings. And when power's out to the line crew garage in specific, they have to walk through the man door, get on a ladder, because those are, 12 or 15 foot
15
doors, they're tall doors.
Yeah.
Get up on the ladder, disconnect, and chain the doors up. So we worked with Cully Electric and coming up with a breaker system and a generator system to where the line crew can come in, hit a button, start the generator, it'll automatically work the breakers. They don't have to touch anything in the breaker panel. It'll power up the building or the garage doors so they can open the doors, get outside and fix the issue. The cost is approximately $4,000. I just wanted to bring it to you so you're aware of it. It wasn't anything in our capital budget, but I did approve to get it done because, again, they said the last time they were messing around with that door for over a half hour trying to get the trucks out.
Yeah, they can respond to an outage immediately then.
Right.
That's it.
Wow, that's interesting,
Yes,
isn't it?
Yeah.
The guys can't get to take care of the power outage because they're.
Yeah, because the door won't open.
Yeah. I've had employees use that as an excuse for being late for work.
You don't need a motion to approve this expenditure?
No, I just wanted you to be aware of it and we just have it noted as part of the discussion in the minutes.
Okay, thank you, Greg. Okay, we move to new business B, discuss fast charging station that never seemed to ever work. I'll put it that way.
Yes, I passed out to all of you a owner and operations agreement that came from a company called, was it Zeph Energy?
Yes.
And what this is, this agreement just came in on Friday, so I do apologize for that. Knowing we're gonna have a meeting in 2 weeks, I thought I'd put it in front of you, you can take a look at it. We'd act on it at the next meeting. But as you all know, we have public utility owned charging station over by Betts Park behind the Napa Auto store.
Yep.
And the slow charging station has always worked, but the fast charging station has essentially never really worked.
Yeah.
In fact, it's been offline for quite a while now.
Yeah.
So these guys are working with the MPCA. There's a grant out there to get more of these fast charging stations out. So essentially right now I would just steer you to, I believe it's the second to last page, which is key.
Exhibit B.
Yep, Exhibit B, which shows total due by owner in this agreement is $0.00. It's a $87,517 projected project cost to get the new one in. I think that it's something that we definitely should pursue in getting an operational fast charging station back in town, especially in that downtown district. I do know that some car dealerships have and are moving forward with putting them in their lots, but it'd be nice still to have one in that downtown corridor, so.
I'm just curious, I don't know how these charging stations work. I'm assuming somebody pulls out and must plug a quarter into the charger?
They use a card or,
Okay.
the new technologies.
Okay.
And the billing comes right to us, so we get
And
paid
so what
for it.
type of revenue do you project that this could bring in?
It's minimal, it doesn't bring in a lot of revenue, it's more of a service
Convenience.
to be provided, especially when we can do it for $0 on our end.
Okay, all right.
But we're gonna have to maintain this once we, right?
Right.
We're gonna have to maintain it, so.
But again, it's something that we were given the ones that were in place by Minnesota Power.
Yeah.
And at the time, I believe the fast charging station, Bill Hofdahl was here, but Cassie was working with it. I think it was like $17,000 is what they donated. As you can see by the price of this, the technology's a little bit different. They're obviously worth a lot more than that now. So we're hoping that this one will come and actually function properly.
Yeah,
How many years later? And
yeah,
that was many years ago.
that was about 10 years ago, 15.
I don't want to put a number on it, but it's been a long.
It's been a while. And they've always had issues with that fast charging. Okay, well, we'll make a decision next meeting then, Greg.
And I don't think there's any rush for us to sign it today.
Not
2
today,
weeks,
no.
2
Not
weeks
today.
should be fine.
Okay. Unless the commission wants to take action on this.
Well, why don't you just take a look at it and we'll bring it back for the next meeting.
Okay,
You know, sometimes things happen like this, and if we do have time, it's better to give you an opportunity to read through it. And if you do have questions, just, give Cassie a call. She's the one that's been working directly with them, so. Is that all
okay,
right?
okay, thank you, Greg.
Sorry.
Now we move to number 8, manager staff report, EA operations update. Greg? turn it in.
With the colder weather, about 28,000 pounds per hour, running one boiler, alternating every other week. We right now have 3 temp employees from Sprung Services. We had one of our operators get hurt pretty significantly away from work. So we've got 3 of their employees now filling the gaps. When that employee does come back, it'll be nice because there'll be an extra, more or less an extra Sprung employee trained into our process. So quick update on that. We did have one lineman resign. He didn't resign to go in anywhere local for wages or anything. He actually is leaving to go train linemen in the state of Iowa. So wish him the best in that. So we do have ads out if you saw them. We're looking for a new line person. But we do have a journeyman who left a bit ago just to relocate a little bit and is actually really interested in coming back. So we're hoping that that person applies because he was a very good employee when he was here. October 23rd is our wellness fair.
Yeah.
You will be getting notice on that because there's obviously always an invite to commissioners. And that's at the Elks Club
Yep, at the Elks,
from
9 to 11.
9 to 11. It's a morning session this time. So Virginia Elks Club, Wellness Fair, October 23rd, 9 to 11. And then last but not least, we've been budgeting money the last few years. I talk to you every fall when we start looking at budget for our AMI upgrade from AMR, which essentially provides us with a lot of things that we can't do, like potential, time of day billings, on peak, off peak, mostly outage information. Now that we're not going to have a plant operating, we've talked about AMI and that next step. We were moving ahead. We were ready to start getting in some Tantalus units to make the big step. Start putting those in because we have some older readers out there that would have to be updated. But this Tantalus system is not a full rip and replace. The AMI metering equipment we have right now, it would be able to gather that with strategic locations on the AMI equipment that would be added. We were ready to move, and now the updated gas meters have 500G ERT, but they have an upgraded, what would you call it, speaking mechanism.
Right.
You know what I mean? And ones we have are 100s.
Yeah,
Tantalus can pick up the 100s, but now we don't wanna do anything until we know that Tantalus equipment will be able to pick up the 500s,
Right, the interface.
the interface of it. When we get that answer, we're gonna start moving again. Luckily, it was before we started buying materials, because again, as they come out, like with iPhones or with anything, as technology moves forward, we don't wanna put in something brand new and get left behind. Or we can't get meters anymore that will communicate with the, with the Tantalus software.
Yeah.
The other options were to go strictly to Icon or Itron, or like an Eaton system or something, which is a full rip and replace of all the meters and putting all brand new ones in. So we're hoping that they can find an answer and get an agreement. I think a lot of it is just a usage agreement between Tantalus and Itron, that they can pick up that frequency is what
Like a
I'm
rate.
told. Yeah, like a rate.
Rates with-
So I was excited to tell you we were ordering this stuff and we're finally getting it going after 3 years of budget that hasn't been touched, but again, we want to make sure these i's and t's are dotted and crossed.
Yeah, get the most up to date. The steam conversion, I know we're coming down to one more year crunch time.
Mhm.
Is there anything we need to do with anybody out there that isn't converting
We
or?
just talked in the management session. Everybody out there that has not secured a loan yet or been through that process
Mhm,
is going to get a notice.
okay,
Big red notice, because again, I've heard whispering out there of, well, we're gonna see if we can get it to extend the date. No, we've been through it twice. We've already been given the okay by the Attorney General and others, as long as we give the notice, as long as there's a backup heating system, which we know is electric. Everybody has electricity, that, you know, we can stick to our guns. Again, we're looking at $2 million of losses that we don't want to keep kicking down the road. We've been through it again. There's been way more than 2 years of notice on this last phase.
yeah,
So we're gonna get a notice out and, you know, again, hope that people realize they need to get on it, so.
yeah. Last month, I see in the records, we had 90% loss on steam distribution. I mean, how many businesses can stay in business with those kind of losses?
And again, you know that loss, was pretty reflective of the flooding rains.
Right, that too, but I mean, that tells you, yeah, $2 million is.
Right.
That's why we need to shut down the steam system ASAP.
You know, and one more quick update, as long as you mentioned the steam district, is, there is some talk going on that, there's gonna be some committee discussion coming up with, you know, the flooding that, some residents in Virginia dealt with earlier this summer. And, somehow, some way, a connection to an abandoned steam district has been rolled into it. And I don't know, if a heated pipe condensed or evaporated that much water, but essentially nothing's been changed as far as how they drain and things like that. So
Right,
I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know how it's been dreamt up, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. There, you may see some reports or some discussion on that happening behind the scenes.
I mean, being that we're introducing water into the sanitary sewer, or what, Greg?
I have no clue, because it's drained the same way since it was first built 100 years ago.
Yeah,
So
and
the
anything,
only difference is there's not a hot pipe inside of the tunnel.
yeah, but any vault shall I say, we filled it up with sand due to the frost issues.
Right, and as the city is reconstructing streets, we're ripping the old stuff out,
Right,
costing us hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars.
right,
We're doing everything that we can. And again, I don't know how an abandoned steam system would impact the sanitary sewer system. I don't get the connection.
well, I know what they're alluding to, but,
Anyway, I just wanted you to be made aware that the discussions are happening, so.
yeah. But minuscule in scope of what's really causing the issues, but, That's to be debated.
Aye.
Okay, anybody got anything else for Greg or?
I do have a
Go ahead.
question. Recently this summer, I've experienced a reconstruction process in my alley, which I'm not particularly impressed with, but I think we all know my feelings on that. But on my intersection in front of my house, I'm on 7th Street, and I believe it's the 7th and 4th. There was a water leak earlier this spring, and at the time, the corner was blocked off and the intersection was blocked. We dug something up and replaced and did some repair work there. But to this date, there's never been any new asphalt put into that. It's still gravel, and it kicks up a lot of rocks. And I thought maybe during this construction, maybe that would be included in that. But it seems like they've laid down their first layer of blacktop, and it's done nothing to that intersection. But I've noticed there seems to be maybe still a leak there. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll bring that to the water crew's attention, because they have the correlation equipment to go out there and verify.
Yeah, because I've noticed.
So 7th Street South and 4th Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so yes, we will check that with our correlation equipment to verify that there is no leak there.
Mhm.
And secondly, I think the discussion on the patches is we've had a heck of a time getting a paving company to come and do the patches. They were here, I believe, a week or two ago, and got a bunch done. We were hoping to get them all done, but they weren't done, and then, weather and things like that affect that process. But we used to have a couple small paving companies around that stayed on top of our work, and now the only small one that we could find to come and do these patches is coming out of Cloquet. So it's been a bit frustrating for us as well, because, I'm constantly calling the street supervisor saying, get out there and tidy these holes up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got one there by the bowling gardens that, is constantly in need of TLC, and we got some along 8th Street South, and, but we're doing our best to get them done.
Well, I understand that, but again, it's worth checking to see, because there's been a consistent puddle there for the last month or so, and it seems there might be some, I'm not an expert by no means, but yeah, it's worth checking out.
Yeah, it's worth checking
I
out.
could stretch my neck out and say they'll be there tomorrow.
Okay, anything else for Greg? Okay, is there a motion to, okay, support,
I'll support that.
adjourn, okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried unanimously. Thank you.